I'd like to see you try. With the power of the Sprocket family, it'd be a cinch. What the fuck? I will now begin the operation. What in the world happened to Mr. Nickety? Looks like he's finally showing his true colours. Nick, look what he did to that shoulder mech. Quit your yapping before I is that suture? Your chatty lips shut. It's like he's a completely different person. Sure looks like it, huh? We can't let our guards down now. Mr. Nickety, it's finally time for you to testify. To the truth. It seems we're entering the final act at last. Witness your testimony, please. Okay. Right to remain silent. Oh. Really? Mr. Nickety, why didn't you say anything? The fuck? Wait, is that a camera? He just took a picture of me. Or something. You want me to voluntarily testify, hoping I won't make a slip of the tongue. Not a very impressive plan, or brain, I might add. Ow. That was uncalled for. If you want to know something, you ask the question. I will answer, but I have no intention of making any voluntary statements of my own. What's he trying to do, Nick? He's using the silent treatment as his strategy to avoid getting tripped up. Clever guy. No more lies, Mr. Nickety. You will tell us nothing but the truth from now on. Now it's going to be an x-ray of him. What do you think you're doing? No one asked you to speak. Just keep quiet over there and play with your frills. How dare you? Well, this is a rather unconventional situation, but please proceed, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honour. I was hoping you would take one of the judge, and it'd just be nothing but a beard. Right to remain silent. If he won't speak voluntarily, then I guess I'll have to ask him something. What question should I ask? Reason for killing Bloomsbury, grudge, actions on the day of the crime. On the day of the incident, you were constantly surrounded by your subordinates. Isn't that right? Absolutely. Ugh, absolutely. I was in someone's line of sight at all times. After all, I was busy taking care of every detail of the event. Mr. Edgeworth, I believe your investigation backs up my claim. I got statements that said groups of his subordinates worked with him in rotation. So he was always with someone. As the prosecutor just said. I couldn't even get close to the lantern containing Bloomsbury by myself, let alone kill him. Pierce didn't have a chance to get close to the victim. Get close to the victim. Oh, what's that say? To get close to the victim alone, huh? Add that statement. Yeah! Yes, Your Honour. I'd like to have that statement added to his testimony. Very well. As I was in the company of others, I didn't have an opportunity to murder Bloomsbury. What does our evidence say? Oh my god, he did! If Bloomsbury was in that bull, which he would have been because the other one's not moved, then it would have been covered by the fog, and he wasn't with anybody at that point. Oh! Clever. Mr. Nickety testifies that he was always with someone at the time of the incident, and never had a moment alone to commit the crime. Yes, and the police investigation backs that statement up, doesn't it? But there was an opportunity, in fact, one and only one. A moment when Mr. Nickety could have killed Mr. Bloomsbury without anyone noticing. What? And the one thing that made that moment possible is shown here. Is shown here in this photograph. With all those people watching, I couldn't have possibly committed murder. Do not believe him, Your Honor. This lawyer is a malignant tumor. He wants to infect his judicial... Oh, okay. He wants to infect this judicial body with virulent accusations. Mr. Nicody, I would ask that you keep quiet this time. We need to evaluate the defense's claim. And your yammering on only serves to throw further suspicion your way. Mr. Wright, let's say this one thing you mentioned. But be warned, this had better not be one of your offhanded claims. Who do you think you're talking to, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, Mr. Wright. Please point out for us the one thing that has... Oh god, I can't read. That made the moment of the murder possible. That one moment when it was possible for Mr. Nicody to kill Mr. Gloomsbury. The one thing that made that single moment possible is this. I guess the only thing I could really point to is the fog machine. Right? I could point to the fog, but it doesn't really help. The one thing that made the moment of the murder possible is this thick mood fog that engulfed the entire reception hall. It is under the cover of this fog that Mr. Nicody murdered the victim. What? Mr. Nicody was standing right next to the lantern that Mr. Gloomsbury was in. He's also looking at it. This was the only moment the murder could have been committed without being seen. I can accept that there was a moment when the witness was obscured from others by fog. But that doesn't prove Mr. Nicody killed the victim at that very moment. If you can't prove the crime was committed during the reception, the trial ends here. I was so caught up in finding a foothold that I forgot to think that far ahead. Well done, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time to call this trial's time of death. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove the murder happened during the reception? Don't even bother. His claim is dead on arrival. Victory is within your grasp, prosecutor. Quiet, witness. I have no interest in victory. All I care about is the truth. One that we can only arrive at through further deliberation. Edgeworth. Enough of this. Your Honour, this trial is over. No, Mr. Nicody. That is for me to decide. Mr. Wright, can you prove it? Can you prove that the murder was committed during the wedding reception? Why is there no verdict yet? The lawyer's obviously out of answers. The prosecutor, the judge, they're all infected. Their malignant stupidity is so advanced, not even the best surgeons can save them. In fact, not even a brain transplant could cure them. This court is infected with idiocy. It's a pandemic. My god. Mr. Nicody, that's enough already. Finally ready to give up, are you? No, just the opposite, actually. I'll prove the murder was committed during the reception. By you. Oof. You'll prove it? Can you really, Mr. Wright? Yes, I can, Your Honour. To be honest, I don't know exactly how I'll do it just yet. But if I want to get to the truth Edgeworth was talking about, I'll just have to find that way. Very well, Mr. Wright, let's have your proof. Enough of this foolishness, he's just bluffing. Stop him from speaking, Your Honour. I will do nothing of the sort. You are just a district court judge. With the power of the Sprocket family, I'll... Enough of your foolishness, Mr. Nicody. This judicial body will not succumb to the influence of money or power. Now then, let's hear it, Mr. Wright. Let's hear your truth. Think, Phoenix. Remember everything you've learned so far. You can do this. You can find the definitive evidence that will lead us to the truth. Here it is! Think, Phoenix. How can I prove the murder took place during the wedding reception? Oh, right. Pierce committed the murder during the reception, then he had to have used the murder weapon. Yeah. It was right next to him. He used the murder weapon. Yes, the murder weapon that was used to strike the victim twice. According to the autopsy report, the victim was hit by the same object both times. So without a doubt, Pierce used it to commit the murder. The weapon used to kill Gloomsbury was... hit with the same object. I would say... yeah, Timekeeper. So... yeah. Because for one, it was hit with... Ellen. Or was it Soren? I can't remember who hit him with it, to begin with. But it's right next to him on the table. The candelabra, I don't even know where that was. The Timekeeper was the murder weapon. If Pierce struck the victim during that one single moment, then he must have used the Timekeeper. Come to think of it, wasn't it also used for something else during the reception? During the reception, the Timekeeper was also used for cutting of the time machine, the first startup of love. Boom, 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 boom. The Timekeeper had been activated. That's right, the Timekeeper had been activated during the reception. If we activate the Timekeeper again now, and find any trace evidence of the murder, that would be conclusive proof that Gloomsbury was killed during the reception. Ho-ho! The special ceremony took place during the reception in question. What kind of a special ceremony? It was called the first startup of love. Apparently, the couple activated the Timekeeper for the first time during it. Does that mean the Timekeeper here in evidence isn't activated at the moment? And what would happen if we were to activate it? Why don't we see for ourselves? It would give us a chance to examine it. And while we're at it, we just might find some conclusive evidence. What? No, you can't activate it. Mr. Nickety, keep quiet or I'll have you thrown out of court. By the way, Mr. Wright, this is supposed to be a time machine, right? We aren't going to travel back in time to the Stone Age or anything, are we? I don't think we have to worry too much about that, Your Honor. I'm still a little nervous nonetheless, but the truth must be known. Very well, go ahead and start up the Timekeeper. Do you know how, Nick? I think so, maybe. The bride and groom each had a symbol of their love, and when they put them together... oh, how romantic it was. Ah, okay. Let's see, I think the symbol of the groom's love must be the Timekeeper itself. What symbol of the bride's love would fit together with the Timekeeper? Oh, I know. That has to be it. Mr. Wright? Are you ready to activate the time machine now? Yes, Your Honor. The symbol of the bride's love that's... pardon me. That's necessary for activating the Timekeeper is Ellen's pendant. Miss Wyatt's pendant. It's the symbol of the bride's love that's necessary for activating the Timekeeper. What? Then does that mean you can start it with Miss Wyatt's pendant? I believe so, Your Honor. Very well. Please try it now, Mr. Wright. Okay, here I go. But first I have to figure out where the pendant goes. Oh. Whoa. Wait a minute, if it's on that side, surely it would go here, would it not? Yeah. I would have put it here. I don't think this is the spot. Better try somewhere else. Okay. Oh wait, there it is. Never mind, I can see the hole. It goes next to it. This hole looks like a good spot. I'll try setting the pendant in here. Perfect. It fits. This must be the right spot. Now we have to find a place to insert the key. I'm looking. God, it's all over the place. Now I can examine it. This hole in the middle of the pendant. Could this be... Oh! Oh shit. That activates it. It worked! The timekeeper's been activated. Now all I have to do is find proof that the crime was committed during the reception. The blood? I think I found it. Conclusive evidence that the murder was committed during the wedding reception. Oh dear. Just as I suspected. There's evidence of the murder inside the timekeeper, Mr. Nickety. The timekeeper was only activated and open during the wedding reception, right? No! Stop! So that means... this is conclusive proof that the crime was committed during the reception. After you killed the victim under the cover of the fog, you closed the timekeeper and hit the bloodstain, didn't you? Ah. The activated timekeeper, it's obvious that it was in this state when it was used on the victim. No, you're wrong. Ellen killed Bloomsbury. It wasn't me, I tell you. Jesus. Give it up, Mr. Nickety. How could the defendant, who was in the middle of pledging her love, have possibly committed the murder with everyone watching her? It was the family. Yes, all the family members conspired together to kill him. What on earth? There's no way you can talk your way out of this, Mr. Nickety. During the reception, during that one dreamlike moment, only one person could have used the time machine, the timekeeper, to beat the victim to death. And that one person was you, Pierce Nickety. What's his breakdown gonna be? Oof. Oh. No. This isn't over yet. I won't give up. Oh no, I cut the artery. This stupid thing. We must stop the bleeding now. Give me forceps. Forceps, I said. Hey, where is everyone? Fine. I'll manage this alone. I'll do it all by myself. I can fix anything, repair anything. So you have to get a better... You have to live. You must. I would have been able to save her. If only I hadn't listened to her. If only I had treated her first. If only that Soren hadn't been there. Selena. No. Oh dear. Oh, she did say to take care of Soren. That's kind of tragic. Witness, are you finally ready to tell us the truth? It's just as the lawyer deduced. So it was all a revenge scheme against Soren Sprocker. Do you have any idea how hard it is to lose someone you love? Right in front of you? Selena's condition was clearly more critical than Soren's, but in spite of that, she said, "Please help Soren." Miss Sprocket's last words. So that's what she really meant by those words. I was able to grant her wish, but at the price of her life. So you got a job with Sprocket Aviation and waited for your chance to get revenge. You got close to Mr. Gloomsbury and hatched this plot, is that right? Gloomsbury already bore a grudge against Soren. So when I tempted him with an even better position, he immediately took the bait. He was your accomplice, someone who shared the same goal as you. Why was it necessary for you to kill him? I didn't expect Soren to strike Bloomsbury out on the Vista deck, and I certainly never imagined he'd make his way there along the outside wall. Soren's love is the real deal after all. My plan had been compromised, so for the time being, I hid his body in the lantern, and tried to think of my next move. And then Mr. Gloomsbury came to during the second wedding reception. As soon as I saw Gloomsbury, I instantly hit upon an idea. To pin the blame of Gloomsbury's murder on Ellen. You tried to break up the couple by making the bride out to be a murderer. How despicable. Soren was getting the company and a wedding. Both things that were supposed to be Selena's. He took every happiness from her. Who's the despicable one here? Do you think what you did would make her happy? I know I wouldn't. I know it wouldn't. But I couldn't just stand by, watching Soren enjoy his happiness. I was going to have Soren taste the same pain I had, and then take over Sprocket Aviation. I would take back from him all of the happiness that was rightfully Selena's. Time stopped for me the day I lost her. Just like this pocket watch of hers. P.S. Miss Wyatt? I believe Selena would have said, "Leave this ill will behind. Your time is yours to live." It's too late for me. Time will never advance for me ever again. Chick? Why did that say chick? What? It can't be. What the fuck? Oh, it started again. I see now, Selena. What I did was wrong. Oof. I see no further need to continue this trial. Bailiff, please take Mr. Nickety away. Here's Nickety, another inconsolable time traveller, who lived in time that stood still. Huh. Oh, we did it. Woo! God, it took 3 hours to get through that. God. Now then, I must render my verdict regarding the defendant. Your Honour, before you give your ruling, would you please allow me a moment? Very well. Wait, what's happening? Ellen, there's something I need to say to you. Yes, Soren? I put you through something truly horrible. This whole thing has happened, all because of me. I would understand if you wanted to call off our marriage. What? No, of course not. I've never once thought that. If you stay with me, you'll only face even more trying times in the future. What do you mean? Because of his memory issues? The truth of this incident, and the car accident before it. I'm going to tell the public everything. Oh, that he was at fault. I expect the company's reputation will suffer, and I'll take a lot of criticism. But I feel I can only really start over once I get everything out in the open. Soren. After all that's happened, I might not have the right to ask you this, but... Well, how should I say this? Maybe I'll just... write it. Of course. Oh, wait. A life with me probably won't be very easy, but... Will you marry me? Aww. Oh god, don't cry. Aww. Yes, of course. Hey, a happy ending after all. Your Honour, thank you for this time. Please, continue with your ruling. Very well. But first, I have one question. Do the two of you pledge your... Oh my god. Pledge your eternal love for each other to the goddess of justice. Is that Themis? Themis? I do, Your Honor. I do. Does the prosecution... What the fuck is this? Does the prosecution or the defense have any objections? Well done, Your Honor. No objections here. The defense has no objections either, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant Ellen Wyatt... Ah, that's not right. This court finds the defendant Ellen Sprocket not guilty. Oh, that was clever. That was quite a cool... That was quite a cool thing. Oh, look at her. We did it. So, the special case is about 6 hours. Not a bad length. The shortest trial was, 4th. Turnabout Storyteller. That was only like a 3-hour case. This court is adjourned. Or was it more? I can't remember. Oh yeah, and this game is the longest game in the series, by a long shot. This game, given like how long the session has been, this game is about 42 and a half hours long, which beats out Investigations 2 by a long shot. It also beats out Dual Destinies. I didn't realise Dual Destinies was 37 hours. Crazy how time flies when you're playing good games. Ellen? Soren, congratulations. Mr. Wright, I can't thank you enough. If you hadn't exposed the truth, Soren and I wouldn't... But now you can finally start your new life together, right? Oof. Oh no. Oh, thank you. Mr. Wright, we'll be holding our real wedding ceremony in the near future. Would you do us the honour of coming to it? I want you to witness our fresh start. Of course, I wouldn't miss it for the world. And Ellen, this time, it'll finally be happily ever after, right? Oh yes. The two of you have persevered and overcome this trial together. Now, no matter what obstacles come your way, I'm sure you'll be able to handle them. And there's another thing I'm sure of too. This person will always be watching over the two of you. Oh, it'll be the sister. Selena. Yes, I think you're right. And we promise to live life to the fullest, for Selena's sake too. Right, Soren? That's right. Well, we better be on our way. Yes, my love. Ah. Whoa. Wow, the old threshold carry, huh? Way to show off. We'll be seeing you. Goodbye for now. I'll be looking forward to that wedding. Hold on tight, Ellen. You better believe I will. I'm never letting you go. Oh. Yeah, I forgot he had that on his back. Sheesh. There they go. You're not thinking of going to that wedding by yourself, are you, boss? Hey! You're taking us too, right? Oh boy, I bet there's going to be all kinds of fancy food there. Athena, when did you get here? Just now. I would have been here to cheer you guys on earlier, but Trucy never gave me a chance to slip away. You're going to be in even bigger trouble with her later. Speaking of the wedding, maybe I should ask them to invite Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, really? But he thought Ellen was guilty all the way to the end. That may be true, but... Don't even bother, his claim is dead on arrival. Victory's within your grasp, prosecutor. Quiet, witness. I have no interest in victory. All I care about is the truth. One that we can only arrive at through further deliberation. He hasn't changed. If he hadn't stood up for us when he did, the trial would have probably ended there. Or probably would have ended there. You mean Mr. Edgeworth gave us that chance? Maybe. Though knowing him, I doubt he'd ever tell, even if I asked. Well, if that's how you feel about it, Nick. Then why not try to get him invited? Hey Maya. Have you ever tried to catch the bouquet? What? No. I never have either. Fighting over a bouquet that's been tossed by the bride. Talk about a fierce competition. I'm totally stoked. I'm not sure it's really supposed to be all that competitive. I'm a pretty good jumper, so I think I've got a chance. She's definitely missing the point of the whole thing. And Larry, how did you manage to stay so quiet for so long? But... shut up. Wishing the lady you fell in love with every happiness is what a real man does. I'm pretty sure that relationship was over before it even began, Larry. Darn it all, if only I was 10 years younger, things would have gone differently. Hands of time, why wouldn't you turn back for me? My god, so now we get a cutscene. I'm guessing? Maybe not, crap. Oh no, this probably is going to be the cutscene. The mooring dock. Today's Ellen and Soren's third wedding ceremony and reception. I heard the bride and groom insisted it be on the flying chapel again. In the end, they were nice enough to invite me and Maya. And Athena kind of invited herself. They also invited Edgeworth, Emma, and even Larry. They say third time's the charm, right? I really do hope it's happily ever after for them this time around. Still, I get the feeling it's going to be one rowdy party. There we go. Now it'll be the cutscene. I'm just waiting for that bar to disappear. There we go. Perfect.
Ready when you are.
What the fuck?
Okay. Here we go.
Huh? Wait. Oh, it's Larry.
Oh, hey! Look who's next! Huh?
Oh my god.
I'm truly blessed to have you.
I was not expecting it to sound like that. Holy crap. That was incredible. Oh, there we go. That was a nice special case. And there it is. That's actually gonna be the end of Spirit of Justice. What a game. I don't know if I'd say it's my favourite Ace Attorney, but it's up there. Case 5, I'd probably say, is my favourite case in the entire series. It's just so good. There was a few things in it that I wouldn't say that didn't make sense, but even still, it was really well done. And the twists and the turns. Well, there we go. I did it. So now I'm done with Spirit of Justice. Next up is The Great Ace Attorney, which I'm really looking forward to. Because it's one that was never released in the West. Well, there we go. So that's going to be the end of Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Thanks so much for watching, I hope you have enjoyed this adventure, and until next time, take care.